They are fast, they are flashy, and they come from the skies like a thunderclap. Air supers are some of the most exhilarating and sometimes terrifying moves in the King of Fighter series, or fighting games in general really. Whether it's a stylish combo ender or a surprise punish that drops out of nowhere like a KOF style jump scare, these supers remind you that danger doesn't always come from the ground. Unlike standard supers, air supers can only be performed midair, giving them a unique place in both the gameplay and character identity. Keep in mind that this list includes only those supers that exclusively work in the air. If it can be done on the ground too, it's not on the list. So sorry shiny crystal bit, maybe next time. With that said, let's dive into the top 10 deadliest air supers in KOF. First introduced as a representative of Choi's archetype, Mien adopts a similarly mischievous playstyle centered around speed, unpredictability, and relentless pressure. She's notorious for relying on sneaky, devious weapons to keep her opponents guessing, and the rare super is no exception. It perfectly encapsulates her ninja-like abilities and agile air combat. Upon activation, Mien leaps into the air with a dive kick, striking her opponent before unleashing a rapid flurry of attacks, joined by a clone of herself to finish the assault in a chaotic, stylish fashion. And from a Mien to a melee, don't get them mixed up. Different girl, different name. Mei was introduced as a replacement for Jhun in the Korea team, and much like her master, she's all about over-the-top sense of justice. This passion translates directly into her gameplay, where she gains access to a special hero stance that completely changes her moveset. In this stance, she unlocks Melee Dynamic, an air-only super where she rushes forward through the sky, delivering a rapid barrage of kicks before finishing with a powerful punch. It's clearly inspired by Kim's iconic super, but with one key difference. It can only be performed in the air, making it a true airborne exclusive. Now this one is a bit tricky to pull off. It needs to be done in the air and right next to the opponent. But when it lands, Duck King's high bounce spiral is leader desperation move in KOF 11. The only KOF has ever been, shame on you SNK, is a perfect showcase of everything that makes Duck, well, Duck. It captures his flair, his rhythm, and his off-the-top personality in one sleek sequence. He grabs the opponent midair, slams them down, and follows up with an even flashier, powered-up break spiral. The animation is absolutely sick and never gets old. Honestly, if there is any dancer who deserves to be in Fatal Fury's City of the Wolves, it's this guy. I already mentioned this one in a previous video, and now it's making a comeback here too. Choi's hidden super desperation move, Shakushi, is truly a sight to behold. Upon activation, Choi leaps into the air and vanishes, leaving behind a chaotic flurry of 7 massive slashes that rip across the screen from random angles. What makes this super so deadly is exactly that, its randomness. The slashes can hit from just about anywhere, making it extremely difficult to dodge or predict. It's a flashy, unique move that perfectly suits Choi's chaotic style, and it's honestly a shame it wasn't featured in more games. This is easily one of the strangest and most unique supers in the entire series, and that's saying something. I mean, everything about it is weird. It looks weird, its execution is weird, and even its name is weird. K49 launches himself high into the air and suddenly flashes the entire screen white, during which the opponent is struck multiple times in a chaotic burst of damage. The input itself is just as unorthodox as the animation, making it one of the most unusual supers to pull off. Of course, it's a direct reference to the Akira movie, just like everything else about K49's character. But if you're not familiar with that, this super is going to feel like a total fever dream. This next air super is a special case, shared by two characters. Uo Tenbukiaku is a flashy aerial move performed in similar fashion by both Kim and Jhun, and is exclusive to the air. After jumping, they dive downward to initiate the attack, then follow up with a series of rising kicks that launch the opponent skyward with them. Unlike Kim's classic Uwokyaku, which can be performed both on the ground and in the air, this version is strictly airborne. Jhun's take on it is especially entertaining. He can chain it after multiple Ryurogeki, keeping the opponent bouncing into the air until they're knocked completely off screen. Then he finishes them off with the super, also off screen. It's cool, hilarious, and a very stylish way to send someone flying into the afterlife. Who would have thought that one of the rarest supers in the series belongs to one of the most iconic characters? Robert's Jiryu Heisenkyaku is an air-only super that appears exclusively in KOF 2003 and nowhere else. After leaping into the air, Robert performs a powerful dive kick. But what makes this super truly unique is that its behavior changes depending on the button used. The light kick version delivers a standard downward dive, while the heavy kick causes Robert to launch upward with a flying kick, making it a stylish and unexpected air-to-air counter. It's a super with cool utility and flair, and honestly, it's strange that it never made a return in later games. In the number 3 spot, we have this elegant and deadly air-only super, where Foxy gracefully leaps into the air and fire a massive wave of energy that travels across the screen from the opposite side, catching opponents off guard. The move called Wakusei no Inori, or Planetary Prayer, is as stylish as it's unique, appearing from the far end of the stage and giving it a deceptive, almost delayed hit feel. It's especially effective when used to punish careless zoning or as a surprise tool in midair exchanges. While Foxy may not be the most popular character, this move gives her a standout presence among KOF's more grounded cast, both literally and figuratively. Overkill is Vice's brutal air-only super, where she snatches her opponent by the face midair and violently slams them into the ground, triggering a pillar of ominous red energy. In certain versions, she follows up the initial slam with a vicious double foot stomp, summoning a second burst of energy for extra damage and style. While its animation is pure brutality, the real standout is its unorthodox and slightly tricky execution, requiring specific input that can trip up unfamiliar players. Despite that, Overkill works wonderfully as a combo finisher, especially when chained after her splash, turning an aerial exchange into a devastating ender that cements Vice's role as one of the scariest grapplers in the sky. Before unveiling our number 1 spot, here's some honorable mentions. Of course, what other air super is more iconic than Leona's V-Slasher? As the very first air-only super in KOF history, it sets the standard for what airborne specials could be: fast, flashy, and deadly. The move has Leona dive downward in a blink to slash through her opponent, then soar back up in a sharp arc, forming a V-shaped explosion that defines both her style and the move's name. The V-Slasher's most defining feature is its speed, making it a fantastic combo ender or a standalone punish tool. It's especially effective against zoners or airborne foes, cutting through projectiles and reactions alike, almost like a jump scare with military precision. And that's why it takes the top spot as the deadliest air supers in the series. So, which one of these air supers is your favorite in KOF? Or is there another one I didn't mention that you prefer? Either way, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Special thanks to my patrons for their support. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and why not consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.